How's it, birthday lady? Yeah, the GBP NZD, just dedicated to your birthday. Hadn't done too badly, hey? Not shot the light sight, you weren't retiring any time soon, but haven't done too badly. Done a bit of that herself. Nancy Pelosi, I'm not pro that last, to be honest, but that's my opinion. You know, she's out now. Very powerful, incredibly powerful. And the guys slightly out of line should cut off their source or whatever money, trying to kick them out or whatever. Very, very powerful lady. And being a keep yourself are going to do it. Not insider might be pushing a bit, but certainly prior knowledge to everybody else. Yeah. She's very much part of the swamp. That's not to do with whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. They'll just say whatever is expedient. That's just, it's like we have over here, the swamp, the club, the power club. The old boys network used to have, yeah. Yeah, all right, no, case it's a girl, yeah. Nancy Pelosi, yeah. Chuck Schumer, and not a lot of time. They're just expedient politicians. Powerful, and I'm not saying not clever, just very much the cup comes first. I remember one ridiculous advert she was on with her husband saying, "Could you just pass me a beer, please?" and drunk it out of the bottle to show she's worth over $100 million. She's not there guzzling a beer, trust me. And stuff we show you tell the husband to go and get the beer, so she's in charge. You know what I mean? It's all bloody spin. Right, exactly, Mark. Exactly. No, trade, of course, no, exactly. The hypocrisy that goes on there, it's all about power. Like I mentioned yesterday, I've never had power, I've never had heroin. But I'm going to think that power is even more powerful than heroin by the sound of it. I'm on the same page, good. Thought you might be trying to say she's not a bad lass. Completely corrupt. Thank you. Well, better closing the small loss there, knowledge. That's 9:30 now. You great steaming nit, Mr. Barlow. You forgot to. Oh no, this is unforgivable. I think you'd have to spend a week or two with Nancy Pelosi for that. Okay, never mind. Hope it. Yeah, if you can afford it, go and get some sort of top up. Even if you've got a very expensive inverter, something just to keep you going, till it comes back off again. Because the last thing you want to be in a trade, and then you can't get in or out on once or anything. Anyway, it's not been too badly. This popping up is coming off, so stay with it. I think it's now, what's it, about 40 pips in profit. If you haven't already done it, put it down to your entry. Should have been at about 91.20, just to protect in case, and see if we can squeeze some more. It seemed to be battling to break through this on the hourly. Maybe not. Maybe we pop down here. What am I talking about? Yeah, even today, it's popped down here. She might get some more downside. Look, the sellers are coming in. I hope some of you guys are still in it. As I said before, I agree about protecting yourself, but we're taking profits far too quickly. So you're having to win 5 trades to make up the 1 loss. because the one loss reaches the target, i.e. the stop loss. You get the point. Okay, where were we? Now, we got a couple of trades out today. I thought, Zeph here? No, Dolly agreed with the last one. I'll put it up for you guys anyway. I don't know if you like this one. He gave a bit of a sort of a quizzical look on his emoji on the group. Remember, I'll post the little daily updates on the group, and I'll post the banner on the group. But it's too far involved to take guys off who have now dropped below 2.5. It's too much for admin stuff. So what's happened now is I'll send to the company. The company then will then send it out to the guys, because they now a WhatsApp update will filter out everyone. They check every morning. So just make sure you keep your account above 2.5 if you want the VIP, because 3 have been sent out, 1 to the 500 above, and 3 to everybody. And all 3 to the 2.5 grand, or I think it's $150 or above. So if you drop below it, you won't receive it. So I'm just drawing attention by putting the banner on there. It's posted from there. So if you're below 2.5, and even if you're on my group from the updates, you can stay on there. It's not a problem, but you won't get the signal unless you top it up. 3 is to discipline, to get people to know that you've got to keep and maintain a reasonable balance to do this job. There's too many people underfunded to run a business with your lack capital sort of thing. And as I say, if you got less than that, you won't be able to cope. You can't do all 3 signals if you've got about 1,500 on your account. So you've got to pick one or leave one out. You might leave the wrong one out. Hope you're all clear on that. It's not anyone bullying or picking on the poor or anything like that. No, it just means, you don't go shopping for a house with 25K in your back pocket, because it's just not going to be able to get one. Same sort of principle. Okay, yeah, so I'm sort of buy on this. It's a bit quizzical. I don't know what you guys feel. I think it's come back. It's in the buy zone. Scrunch it a bit. It's in the buy zone, guys, as you can see. And it's come back, test support. And if we can get a run up, I was thinking of a range trade here, the stop down here, the TP up here, somewhere like that. And if it came off, yeah, it might be a day trade and shoot back. Not sure it will do, being a Friday. It might be a bit slow. It would be nice to shoot back up there in the range today. Nice one. Doing out during the day with a full-on trade, it's nice. Quicker the better, as always. I'm not talking about day trading here. I'm just meaning the speed of the movement, which is ideal. We all want speed. Yeah, if you've got 3 accounts together, they will. I don't know how they've got the algorithm worked out. I'm not a tech guy. Go and ask Mark about that. But I'm assuming if you've got 3 accounts, $1,000 in each, that means you've got $1,000. You need to have 1 account with 2.5 grand above. You know what I mean? As far as I know, but they sort that out from the head office. Yeah, as I said to Mark jokingly many times soon, they ain't going to make me the chairman of the board of the IT software section anytime soon. Yeah. And there's much about software to do about football, to be honest, to say ignorantly, I'm afraid. And earlier on the week, I think about as much about software as about trading after a couple of trades I did earlier on the week. Mind you, one came right at the end for you, so that's all right, as the dollar just strength. So I shouldn't tease myself too much. Okay, so anybody not in it, not received it, or like to do it and want some details, because they'll get you got 50 rand or 50 million in the trading room, because you take the trouble, you have access anyway. So you're automatically a VIP anyway. I think you need to have the act of being a VIP to listen to me every day anyway. Hey. Don't say here, it'll hurt my feelings. Okay, right. So anyone want that risk reward up or not? Or you all got it now? You should have done. I think you got more than 2.5. They should send it up. I'll put it up anyway. EuroCAD, put up what we've got here. The long on the actually exactly the same price. Good. And the long at 1.45 on the dot, to be honest. A little bit cheaper than that. That's the buy. I mean, that's 14405. 14505. It's a buy at 145. Okay, where we got it now? Where's it written down? Well, stick it the same. I still might get a reward there. 4444. TP 146220. Yeah, there it is. So if you got it there, so whether you receive it or not, this is a VIP signal. It wasn't sent out to guys of less than 2.5. But I don't know how quick they send them out. That stage. It came through. That's for everybody. So if you haven't got 2.5, you won't receive it. But here, as I say, you're automatic VIP if you're here, so don't worry about it. Okay, so if you want to take it, there it is. Should we move on? All got it? The other one sent to the VIP was at Euro NZD, also as a buy. Just get this minimized a second. Why I'm thinking that, it seems to be a range trading. That's the reason why I said that. Because I want to suck it out for no reason, just for the fun of it. We've got to get trades out, so bang any other rubbish out. No. So it's in that range. It seems to be on that range. Maybe the stock could be a little bit wider. Just outside today's range, maybe a little bit wider. And TP up here somewhere. And TP up. 6893. Much slight bit of a signal by a pip or two, but don't worry about this. You do 6893. What have I got it down here as? 6760 is an entry. 6703 is a stop loss. Well, maybe 6 is good enough. And 6890. I've got the T-bar to stick to it. Now we'll leave it there. 68. Now I'll do the same with the signal. See if we can get a decent order there. Yeah, I'll do. So there you are. Stop loss about 3 different on there for signal, but that's not going to kill you. You should have got the signals we sent out just now, but it's irrelevant anyway, Marie, because you're getting them now anyway. I put on the group, the WhatsApp group, where it says QT, I post those banners. They're sent out, and then I post the banners to draw the attention, and then the company will send out to the various groups. It makes sense. So you should, in theory, if you don't get all 3 of them, Anne-Marie, I'll go back and check to Nick again and say, look, somehow, yeah, because I thought it'd been sorted out with a different WhatsApp number that was on the portal to the one that you used. So if you haven't received them, just let me know. We should be sending them out now. Anyway, as far as you're concerned, we're here anyway. So there you are. And you can see my thinking there. It seems to be in a bit of a range trade, and that's the idea behind it. Have you got over 2.5 grand, Johannes? Okay, I'll upload you just now or after. Don't worry, I'll load you after 11 o'clock. It's no big rush now. Roger, just WhatsApp me trading support. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I've got so many. Whether I've got yours already. So you just WhatsApp me to this. You've already got it. Ignore it. That's my WhatsApp group. If you've got more than 2.5 or $150 or more account, you get that. And then I'll place you in my group. What happens in the group? You get daily updates. Sometimes you get something of interest, maybe a daily calendar. There's a lot on it, like an on farms. And I'll post the banner on there. You won't get the extra signals unless your balance is like I mentioned. Okay. So don't send a WhatsApp through, guys, if you've only got, brand new account, because I can't upload you to it. But you will get signals, don't get me wrong. You won't get as many. There's a very good reason for it. Not picking on you. There's a very good reason for it. You won't be able to cope with them because you won't have enough funds. So you've got to leave 1 or 2 out or pick one. You might pick them off. Okay, so there you are. And the other one was, you all received that AUD-CHF. I'll knock this off. AUD-CHF, that was a sell, I think. Yeah, AUD-CHF. That was a sell. I think you clearly see why that was a sell, with a stop up here somewhere, TP down here somewhere. It's because it seems to be holding that level there. We thought might get a bit of a pullback. Okay. Get general idea. It's a sell zone there. 4 hour. Still isn't a. I get that, but still, that was the idea. So it seems to be holding that level there. So there we are. But you should have got the details. No, don't post your number on there because I'm busy in the trading room. So I've given you my WhatsApp number. Just WhatsApp me and please, for goodness sake, put in your full name, real account number. Real account number is the most important. I can go quickly to my admin, bung you the number, and your details come out. Don't say, hi there, I was on the trading room. I'd like to put me onto your WhatsApp group. I mean, who are you? You get the idea. I've got a cell for that. Yeah, Anthony, yeah, and Tony. Okay, so just, I'm not taking that one down. Just WhatsApp me your details, because you got them. You get the idea. Just send me a WhatsApp and I'll check it after 11 o'clock and upload you accordingly. Okay, but don't forget your full details. I need to know who you are. Surprised I have to ask that. Some guys, this is George. My name is George. It's not an uncommon name. Okay, right. So you got those three. Those will go out. See how they go. GBP, NZD. Right now, I'm looking forward to this. It's Farney. I know he is. What a pity. Mark's here. That's okay. Farney. Is he here? I don't think he is. I want to tease him. No, he's not. What a pity. Just have to tease Mark. Aha. Well, it might have changed now. Last time it was about an hour or two ago. Guess where I'm going? Guess where I'm going? Ah. The end gas is going up, guys. Not a lot, 10 cents, but it's actually going up. But only, just a second, only, that's only for posting. You can WhatsApp with pleasure, Wendy, if you like, but only to be, not half, yeah, but yeah, I did, but at least we got on at 275. So there was a bit of a tease of farmers there as well. As a result, it's actually gone up, believe it or not. But can you believe that? Actually, yeah, that gets you completely on mark. I would never, ever in a million years guessed it's going to retrace to that. Well, clearly, I wouldn't have had a couple of longs on it. Yeah, but Wendy, going back to Wendy, yeah, there you are. Of course, you can WhatsApp with pleasure, but you can't. I won't put you in my group, and you won't get those extra signals unless you have 2.5. If you've got more than 2.5, just let me know, or just WhatsApp me, and I'll check and I'll upload you. Just want to make it clear, guys, we're not picking on guys with smaller accounts. We're not being capitalist swine here, although we probably are. It's just the fact you won't be able to cope with them. And then we get a lot of people going out, which I can only do one, which is the best. Well, do ABC, because the other ones are sent out are complete rubbish. No, I don't know who's going to be the best. Or someone I think is okay. Well, good, you know. I don't know which one. Sometimes the least expected takes off, and the one who's my favorite doesn't. You don't know. The variables of market, remember, will take control. You still haven't received. Okay, just keep me posted on that. I don't know why they haven't. Anybody receives got 2.5 more should be receiving by now, for God's sake. Listen, you know, it's their job to get it out, not fiddle around with admin. Okay, I received it. It comes out of Krista or something. But thanks. I'll upload after 11 o'clock. Fine. Quite effective, actually. Well, looks like he's posting something there on the QT update. It's a bit different. Just a second. Sorry, guys. It's a bit of a not live on gents. Oh, he's posted on the QT update himself. Well, all right. I don't really care as long as it's posted. I thought, oh, I get it. Nick's now posted Jark and Jark put on. Okay, fair enough. I get it. Fair enough. Okay. Good man, as long as you got them, that's good. I thought I just sent direct to them, well, Bob. So there you are. But it shouldn't be on the QT update because a lot of the guys there are falling below the what you call it, the not the line, can't be the right word. Whatever. Okay, I'll have a word with them afterwards on that. Because that doesn't matter. It does. Never mind. Move along. Okay, NGAS. Yeah. So it's come on a hell of a lot, but anyway, at least it's up a little bit. NZ S&P popped up a bit, but stick with it. It's got a couple of fundies coming out later on. Just bear that in mind. If you haven't got the economic fundamental link, tell me. They're put on every day, but I think everyone's got it now. Anyone has not got the DXY or the the Economic Calendar Fundamental link, tell me and I'll copy and paste on the chat line so you can save it. But yeah, Chinese will be back next on Monday, so to get some movement there. But more to the point, again, Lagarde is speaking to 12:30. What you call it? Personal consumer expenditure is coming up. PCE is coming up at 3:30. And Fed use that quite a lot, so that's of importance. Penny home sales are reasonable importance as well. PC slightly more important. So just bear that in mind. It could affect the dollar, maybe the Canadian, I don't know, but certainly gold. Just bear that in mind, even the markets. Okay. Now, Anna Marie, good. Did you receive it? Oh, shouldn't be posted on the QT update. It should be posted directly. Was it on the directly? Need to iron this out so I'm on the right page yet. Because they mustn't post on the QT because some guys on there drop below and they shouldn't be getting them. They've been on there ages and I'm not going to spend going about 400 people testing who in can't. Take me all bloody day. You shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that's what I meant. You shouldn't have done that. Oh, I'll chat to him. Anyway, make me spend enough time on. Let's move on. Where you are, Mark. Thank you. Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you for your support on that. You see what he said there? Do you get the idea? You get the idea, guys. So if you got a few $100 or 1,000 or something in your account, look what happened there. Yeah, oh, that's all clear. Thank you for that. Okay, what else do we have? Oh yeah, S&P. S&P. Up a little bit. It's not panic stage yet. It's got about 12 pips. So not panic stage yet. The Nasdaq. I think your FTSE is not probably doing that well either. There's some talk to Anna Marie here, the birthday lady. Probably our even Stevens. Anyway, the Nasdaq. Yeah, 12,000 seems to be holding. Might get a bit of pullback today. Just remember, even if it's like the buy, it could pull back a bit, but it will be affected by the PCE. S&P, yep, stick with it, and gas, well, that's a bit of profit. Microsoft jumps a bit. We'll see how that opens. GS jumped a little bit, see how it opens. But there's no afternoon show today. But if it jumps a bit, I still look at this bell, and it might get an opportunity to those who missed it. But that's up to you if you're looking at those two shares. Right. The other one to look at is gold. I thought it might actually have a bit more of a pullback below 1920. We've had 2 TP hits recently on gold. I'd like to do a third one, but I'm not sure about the 1920 anymore. Not now. I'm talking about a pullback in the 1920. The reason being the PC information, Harper's 3 could affect it. So I'm saying to you basically, I think 1900 is going to hold. So if it comes back to maybe 1915, below 1920 or something like that, it might be worth risking before the PCE to take it as a buy because I think 9 will hold as long as you have a stop below that and a reasonable risk to reward on your target. But I won't be chasing it now. What, gold? No. Well, the only way it's going to do that is we get a stronger dollar back. And you know, the good news is sort of goodish news is coming out there. So it looks like they're going to be starting tapering off the interest rates. So I think it's going to be a little bit of weaker dollar and then strengthen a bit. And then that's going to be fairly sideways. It's going to take a long time to get out of this COVID-driven debt worldwide. I don't see, sorry, I hate to say it, Mark. Sorry about the bad news there. I don't see that happening. Personally speaking, of course, I don't know. Clearly, I don't know, but I don't think so. My strong suggest unlikely. I actually thinking more like $2,000 down the line. There's a lot of fear out there, and come and jump around a bit. Depends on the yields. The normal story. But if you look at the price of gold 100 years ago, remember money's gone down in value. Gold's held it. So the price of gold 10 years ago is cheaper than that. It's like a house, holds its value, unless you're in a terrible area. But you get the idea. In fact, there's not many houses cheaper today than they were 10 years ago, whatever area come to that. Gold's similar. No, I'd be very, very surprised it gets back there. I'm sorry to give you a nice Friday coming to the weekend, but the news there, which you probably don't want to hear, but no, I don't. That's a 10-day moving average, Giannis. 10-day moving average, 50, 200, and 100. These by far are the most important. This is the second most important, and this is my personal choice I like. And it seems to a way where, you know what I mean, it's holding. It hasn't broken, hasn't broken, hasn't broken. The last time it broke completely below there was this guy down here. Sometimes some people use it, quite frankly, as an exit. Let's not go on about that for a second. If you close it, don't blame me if it suddenly comes screaming off, my friend. But I would, don't start. I think you learned your lesson. Don't hang on with no stops to lose out the coming right. That's the quickest way to the poorhouse. A lot of guys doing that. A lot of guys are supposed to know what they're doing are doing that. No, you've got to accept the most toughest thing is actually taking the loss. Okay, where was I now? Yeah, so often it's the most difficult thing, back on track, is when to exit. I can safely say, in my opinion, I think I'm not the only one who says this, the most difficult thing of all trades is when to get out of the bloody thing. And this is one and the system there. So you bought a break above the 10 for argument's sake. You did a bit of other due diligence. It was in the whatever zone. You looked at gold dips or whatever. And he came up with an idea, buy there, the stop loss down here for argument's sake. Okay. And then you hold. You're doing all right. It's coming off. You're panicking a bit. If you modify your stop, you'd have been out. You might have modified your stop to entry. Where did it break above here? Yeah, you got in there. You might have moved it up to entry. You'd still be in if your entry was there. You get my point? You'd still be in. Oh, no, hang on. It went up there above when I broke down there. Right, you'd have been out there. Okay, something to do on that basis. It broke above there. They'd hold, half. It's got to be completely below. No, nothing there. And they'd still be holding. If the next one breaks below, they'd be out. You get the idea. Some people use a 10 for exit purposes. Not ideal. There's nothing 100% ideal. It's just a little tip you might like. Okay. And you can see it would have worked quite well for you on gold since November. Bought it, taken out a profit, bought it again, and you'd still be in. And you'd been in when it broke above. It broke above. And this guy here, she'd be in somewhere there. Not this guy, because he hadn't quite broken above. You opened there, for instance. If you're doing a daily, it might be different on the 4 hour. If you're doing the 4 hours, different. But I use a daily. You've been in there, and then you'd still be in, and you'd be up. What's that now? Can't be that much, surely. 150 bucks it is as well. Yeah, 158 US dollars. Not 158 in amount. That means the gold price has risen by $158. You get my point. So if you had a standard lot, that's $10 a pip. You've been up 150 times 10. Clearly, it's about just under 1,600 US. So it's about 30 grand. Not bad, eh? If you're on a standard, obviously you divide by 10 and a million. You wouldn't be going in a micro. You're wasting your time on a micro to gold. Okay, all clear. If it's too quick, you're not sure, great. To personal choice. Some guys like the 20, some guys like the 30. Then they get a cluttered chart. So I use the 10 and the longer term ones. That's just me. I like to have a look at the chart and glean the information like a headline in the newspaper, guys. Johannes, or everyone there. Not to stop peering around different ones, crossing up and down, paralysis by analysis, confusing the hell out of me. And I've been doing it for a while. Never mind even starting. So if you like a 20, put it on, do what you like. That's my personal choice, the 10. But these are the ones I strongly suggest you do. The 50 and the 200. I like the 100, so you might as well do it as well. But these are the most used by guys around the world. That's why they're so fulfilling. And don't forget, like I mentioned before, go to templates, save the template. So if you lose the charts by pressing on a button or something, it doesn't matter if you're a marketing IT guy, bang, 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 back up and running. But if you're not sure, then just click, go to templates, you see the text save ones, click on it. That's the way to do it. Okay. So don't forget, guys, save your charts, you'll have that problem. And if you do have that problem and you want to set it up differently, just right click and go to properties. Piece of old tacky. Believe me, I'm IT done, so I can do it. Trust me, you can. And if you can't, go and get a youngster. You must have a youngster nearby. They'll help you out. They all know the score. They're brought up in it. So, and then you just say they just set it up, your colors as you like. And if you're happy, okay it, and then obviously save it. Simple as that. Right, haven't anyone who doesn't have the economic calendar or the DXY, so not posting. Assuming you do have it, so there's no point. Hey, come to me. Anna Marie, but I thought you were a married lady. I say, I'm shocked and stunned. Or am I missing the point here? Just teasing. This is called virtual flirting, my friend. I like it, especially my husband's probably next door as well. Adds a spice of danger. Only kidding, guys. My Tommy sense of humor. Okay. Right, where were we? Anything else to check? Gold, anything happened in gold? Probably not much, no. Anything else? We're out the KJPY because looking at that one, looks like. I think a CAD JPY could now be a sell, actually. Very, very risky. I'm just pulling the trader. The guys in the long, I think finding company might be out of this one. If you're out of it, if you're in the long, maybe you modify your stop. But I think it looks like it's holding that range. You see that? You come down here, plenty, make it to the 10-day moving average, 120 pips. Quite a bit there with a stop up there if you believe in a range trade. Won't be sent out. I'm just saying for the TR guys, maybe an aggressive one, maybe a pullback. Okay, what do you think? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. You're 17. I did your birthday. I'm approaching that the speed of light myself. So, yeah. You've got to have the basics. You can't exist today if you can't operate a computer today. You cannot. You're unemployable. But there's a big deal in operating it and sorting out the when you go wrong and delving into it. My goodness, see some of these guys, the speed they do it. Clinton's good at that. That's the guy. Clinton Kruger takes the platform training. Hey, he's good at it. Whizzes around it. But then I'm good at mental arithmetic. Before that before the computer. So I can say 7 8 to 56. 12 144 quicker than most people, yeah? So I brought up that. Not sure how useful that is, you've got to calculate, but never mind. Okay, CAD JPY. If you want to do it, if you don't, leave it. Come back to it if you want. CHF JPY, I've been looking for a buy on this one. It's coming nearly down to the support level. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Might wait for entry here, and I'm going to take it. It might come this a week. It might not come that far down. 4 hour. On the 4 hour, some people use the 4 hour. It's a bit of support there. You can see that. Maybe there's a chance of a bit of upside. How far is the upside today's candle? Only 30 pips, not much. Hour, anything happening there? Sort of wait on it. I think it's a possible upside on this one. Stop down here. Is that too far? Maybe 8. Yeah, stop down there. And you can take it up to here. Yeah, you can go this far. You can get a risk reward if you like. Anyone want to start joining on this one for a long or wait it out a bit? Won't be staying out, by the way. I'm just saying for trading on guys who want to do something like that. I think it's a good possibility. Why do you think about that? Just compare to Anne-Marie again. We've got quite a few guys speak to me who've retired and retired with a reasonable pension. You know, they're okay. And they often do it to keep them mentally stimulated because it is mentally stimulating. So, you know, a lot of guys say, I'm not desperate. I've had that, quite a few actually. So I'm retired, I'm looking for something, I'm obviously going to lose. I'm making a buck, but I'm not surviving on it. But I want to keep myself mentally occupied and I want something that's portable and something I can do till I drop dead sort of thing. And this is an ideal product for that. Keeps you mentally stimulated, it's completely portable, and even you're bloody bedridden, you can still, as long as you've got a computer of some sort, you can do it. So that's often an attraction as well. And anywhere, you know, as long as you're on the internet. I mean, I probably will do this till I go and see them man in the sky or whatever. Because I enjoy it, to be honest. I enjoy it, and not physical. If it's physical fixing stuff, you need to be physically fit. As long as you've got a finger that works, your brain is not atrophied, you can do it anywhere. If I decide to, don't know really in Cape Town anymore. If I did, I might actually shift over there. But I like Spain, for instance, Why Spain? I've been there, I quite like it actually. My mother's got that choice, which is quite nice. So yeah, it's a nice thing to have if you can, stick it out. And for frustrating days, maybe get a little place in your house, a little spare room there with a lot of china, which is old china, you just throw balls at when you're frustrated. They did that in Japan. Not kidding, yeah. When they got really on top of them, used to go to the destroying room and all this china there, and they get stuck and throw things at it just to get their stress off them when they're frustrated. Anyway, anyone want to do this? I'm waffling a bit, sorry guys. Anyone want to do this one or not? Better than kicking your husband, eh, Anne-Marie? Bet she's bigger than you. You might kick back. Can't have that. And don't kick the dogs. I like dogs. Eight trades. Wow. Not half. Well, do you know what I mean? Most people say about five's the max thing. Keep an eye on, but I don't know. I must have had more than that. I managed to keep an eye on more, right? But yeah, it's quite a lot. I can safely say, Mr. Shearer, you are extensively diversified. 15 once. That's true diversification. Don't spoil my day and say, well, 15 lost. But no, I think what's something in common, eh? You got 5 trades to pick one, 4 hit TP, the one and one didn't. And then you pick the wrong one. I call that sod's law, and I'm a great believer in that. I joke about it. I'm a great believer in it. If I'm watching a sport and I'm supporting someone, they're doing well, and other guys think they're going to win this, I get very upset. Don't say that. Don't say that. Like I'm a big follower Djokovic. I think he's an incredible player, and everyone's always should win. Don't say that. Don't say that. People want to win. Yeah? Okay, no one wants to do this or the previous one. We've got too many open ones anyway. So yeah, on that subject, I was just lost his internet. It is very important. That might be another reason I do something else, but it's very important, guys. If you can do the job properly, you need the capital, you need the knowledge, but you need the equipment. And it's no good having a fancy laptop and a fancy monitor if your Wi-Fi is not not steady. What's the word? Reliable. Oh yeah, just go to the live chat, do it right now if you want. Very important. Don't trade without it. You've got to have that volume right. I'm not suggesting, Johannes. I'm telling you, it's an order from the general at the top. Otherwise, you'll be shot at dawn by the sparring squad if you don't have it. The volume is very, very important. So you go to the live chat and you go to tech support only on your computer. I suppose you've got a computer. If you're not on a phone, then you have to go to the App Store. I don't know what. Don't ask which one. I don't use that. I don't use much. I use it occasionally, but I can mostly work it out in my head now. That's just for everybody else. But you've got to have it. You've got to get those volumes right. And don't say I go 0.02 on this one, that one, the other one. There's different risks depending where the stop is placed. You must have it. This is not a maybe. Certainly is a must. You've got to have the calculator, get right volume, have some knowledge, come to training to expand on that. Obviously, I'd operate the platform, correct equipment, and you've got to have some capital. And if you haven't, well, that's fair enough. But don't expect to buy a $5,000 old jalopy and expect to get the same results as a top of the range motor car. No, it's limited with the limited capital, which should be common sense. It's often sold. I don't start much, you know, leave and build up and make all this phenomenal money. Well, I'm safe to say that's a bit more of a dream than reality. One of the big problems I have with a lot of sales is the fact that people buy, it's not totally salesman's fault, worldwide, not just any product, is that buying the dream or the something for nothing. Usually there's something in return. There's very little something for nothing, I'm afraid, out there. Yeah, okay, Mark, but that's it, yeah. Are you bullish on Brent? I'm not saying bullish, but I just think it's range trading. I'm limited in the upside on Brent, and I think it's limited on the downside. So it needs to come quite a bit to get along and go up a little bit higher to get a short. It's not getting a really risk reward for me at the moment. Yeah, okay, so I missed that. Just go to view, go to navigator, click on navigator, and this will come up here. And then when they load your position size calculator, it'll be in the navigator. See the word navigator? There. So what you do when you load it, I'm going to knock it off to show what you do. And then you go to view navigator, click on it, and it comes back down there. I thought it was going to come here actually. If it comes up here, just hold it, hold the cursor down and drag it across. And then, you can move it up and down like that. I prefer it down there because that's what I'm interested in there, and keep this more space up there. Okay. Roger, what would be your ideal dollars, not rands, to live from mainly trading? I don't know that many expenses, to be honest. In fact, I have very few. I don't have any debt. A lot of people got to service debt, school fees. I'll come to answer the question. I'm just getting the background. School fees, all that sort of stuff is outgoing. It's a different story. I am very, very, in fact, I don't have any debt. Not little, I don't have actually any debt. Nothing, zero. So, it's most of spending money. So I could probably get away with maybe 25, even probably less, but then I don't live as well. I spend a lot on going out and things like that. So my disposable income is quite high. So I suppose, and even that's not astronomical. I suppose I could get away with maybe 30 grand a month if I had to. But trouble is 30 grand a month, it's got to make that 360 a year. Multiply it to make it a yearly 360. If you're a pro, consistency. Never mind you made 80% last month, you might have lost 20% the previous month. I look at 5% a month as my aim as a pro. If I'm better, great. If I don't, well, that's okay. And seem to be maintaining that. So if you want to get 30 grand a month, multiply by 12, and then double it. So what's 360 times 2, 720. And then have maybe a little bit extra, between 7 and 750,000 rand to get that if you work on 50% a year, 5% a month. Get the idea. Make sense? Anyone question that? Anyone not sure? If any new guys here, please interact. Remember, it's a trading room and it's making supposition. You know how to operate the platform. You do know what a lot size is. You've been to CFD and a Forex class. You know basic technical analysis. That's what Stock Market College comes in. The two think the two are one the same. They're not. They're completely separate companies. You have Stock Market College, you have Quick Trade, and then you have the platform. The platform's a UK company all over the world now, and many brokers use it. We are one of many brokers that use it. That's why we have points. We're not interested in points, we're in pips, because none of us have big enough accounts to worry about the point. It's international, in a little bit in America, but certainly UK, Australia, etc. And a lot of guys there who've got net worth, individual retailers with higher than our entire world book, very large position, and that where the point comes in, the position. Because the large volume which they're trading doesn't really affect you, so ignore that. But yeah, completely separate. So Stock Market College got nothing to do with me. They're selling you an educational package.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, this is my first day to have this
Brilliant.
class.
Brilliant, go for it.
I would like to know if do you have some previous lesson where I can go and if you can give me the link, then I can be on the same page with the others.
I'm not sure the question wasn't that clear. A link to be on the same page with the others. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yes, to learn more, because I feel like I'm a little bit beyond because this is my first class.
Okay, right. Let's just start beginning on that. No, I don't, to be honest. This is the link to the trading room. The company called Stock Market College is about £1,000 a month. Speak to Mark, he handles that side. He's an affiliate, he'll help you on that if you haven't got that. If you have, well, all right. But the reason why you're paying £1,000 a month, not to Quick Trade, nothing to do with me, you're paying to a completely separate company that sells educational packages. I want to develop this because people are not getting this, so I want to know a bit more about it. You want to get a job as a lawyer. You don't go to a law firm to get a job as a lawyer. You go to law school and you spend good money and time over the next 4 years to try and get a degree in law, and then you apply to the company to offer you a position within that company afterwards. when you've got that knowledge. If you go up and say, I don't know about law, I want to join your company, you teach me. They're not going to do that. I'll send you to law school. Educate, start my college, the education sellers. So you go and get the package, and on there you go on the LMS, and there's videos and all sorts of stuff to go on there. Plus there's the part, I can't give the Zoom class unless you bought the product. So then you go in there for the Zoom classes for Forex, the Zoom classes there for the CFDs, and including in that, they will teach you basic, technical analysis. You're armed with a few of those classes. You then, which is free, this part is free, you go to platform trading. Clearly, you've got to know how to operate the platform. You can't place a trade. We won't do that for you. Once you got that basics, which is going to take time, you come here. Now, you don't be a lawyer in 5 minutes. Not say, I quit late 9 on the same page, here we go. It's a bit more involved. This is derivative leverage trading, and it's a bit more, and it's ongoing. Anna Marie's been coming a month. And let's be honest, Mark's been going longer. Ask some of the others, and hopefully Brady as well. And then doing it, and hopefully you're going to back me up on this, say you're learning all the time. You know, so that's an ongoing process in the forum, which is the trading room. As I understand. It's a question of just saying, I can't afford the course. I can only afford a phone. I can't afford a laptop. And I've only got 500 rand. I want to make some money. The odds are going to be against you because you haven't got the tools. You get the idea. And this is a trading room. That's where we get trades out, and you've got to be on the same page. We discuss the fundamentals, our economic calendar. Non-farms coming up on next Friday, not today, no, next Friday. CPIs, PCEs, PPIs, GDPs, things like that, which you'll pick up with fundamentals and the technicals. And then you'll start picking it up. But you've got to have that base. You can't go to university to study maths if you haven't learned the basics that's, you know, to get your matric. And even sometimes matric guys are battling. They're getting a 30% pass, and they start at university at a level they assume you know. If you don't, you can't go. You've got to have those basics, and that's very important. And that was the problem previously, because Ashley's a great speaker and a hell of a nice guy, but he used to be a presenter, and he spent a lot of time presenting. And a lot of people kicked up. Why is we giving this free training? We paid for it, and I'm quite strong on that. Here, I'm not here to train you. I'm here to assist you with experience and practicality on the basis of that. And I know no Silver's going to tell you this, but I'm telling you right now, there's nothing worth getting unless there's some blood, sweat, and tears. Now, there's effort, character, bit of discipline, bit of study, and effort's got to go into it. Anything. If it was that unskilled, a quick link would solve it. It would be unskilled, and you'd be equivalent to pay the minimum rands per hour, whatever the minimum wage is. The higher the skill, obviously, the better you become, and that's why you're paid more. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, but we want you here, we like it, but pick stuff up. And the most important I picked up from that, Sylvan, if I pronounce it right, you've made the confident effort to not just paste in a live chat, to actually open up. For a first timer, that tells me you've got the confidence, and that's a very important thing. Some guys are not even confident to actually post in the live chat, never mind actually interact verbally. And maybe more experience, but when they're beginning, and that's the problem. We're not getting interaction from them, so I don't know if they're learning or not. And some I think they are, because the question, they've been to platform trainers, still don't know how to place an order. They've been to a couple others, still don't understand. I mentioned, have you got this? They say nothing, so I assume they haven't got it, and they haven't. And sometimes they come on with questions means they haven't understood and they haven't asked. The best time is not the live chat. It's limiting what you can do there. Teach me how to set up my charts in a live chat. No, you've got to go to Zoom classes. And if you're too nervous to interact with the Zoom class, how can it be done in a live chat? You've got to use some common sense doing it, and you get the idea. And it's not trying to be negative or positive in that, it's just saying reality of life. Messi does earn a lot of money. So does Ronaldo. But believe me, they've been playing football with a high degree of skill for a while to get there. Wasn't the question, this bought a course on football, didn't look at it, and off they go. You know what I mean? Got to employ some realism with the dream as well. I keep dreaming, I make this joke about Liz Hurley, famous, who I use her, but she didn't come back to me because why would she? You get the idea.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right. How much time is this now on there? I still have a lot of reading to do. Once you got the basics, guys, you can read more stuff in your own time if you like. But that's a lot of that series. You got the base, we can develop in the trading. You get the idea. In other words, the guys who've got a degree out there probably agree with me. I would say in your commercial life, we're actually earning a buck, which is the idea really behind it all. How much of the stuff you learn in theory at university you're applying? Most of it's forgotten about. You see what I mean? So once you got the basics, economic calendar, the this size calculator, your charts set up so you can read them, know what volume is, the basics, what the DX, you know, the basics. Then you can develop the skills here. Reading hordes of theory, it'll make you an excellent car engineer. But if your main interest is to drive the car to your daughter's wedding, you're in Joburg and you want to get to Cape Town for your daughter's wedding, you're not flying or whatever, you want to drive the car, you don't need all that overhead camshaft. I know nothing about engines, but you get my point. That's if you have an interest to go further. I had to do it for these exams to pay, so I could advise you. I talked to you about forwards, options, swaps, etc., all those kind of derivatives. But you don't need all that. But if you have an interest, you do it in your own time. More things, get the basics. But I don't want guys coming in here, you can come with pleasure, but expecting to come in here, they haven't got a course, and they just rush in here first time, and then it's going to go over their head. Well, it will do, and will do. You look at never mind the third year, the first year degree exams, and you just join university, you won't be able to do it. That's why you need to do the year. So you need to build it up. It's a lot easier, but you've got to stick it out. And please, guys, I know so many come back to me on this. They've been told they get something for nothing. It doesn't happen. Oh no, just bung £5 in, you'll get signals and away you go, blah, 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 blah. It's a bit more to it than that. We have to have a dream, but we've got to have some practicality. Okay. A buy. This is important. Thanks for the support there, Brady. Just looking up some of the chat that I missed. I want to make that, because he took the trouble, and I'm trying to encourage people that survive to take the trouble to interact. Then I can answer the questions. Right, let's just go back there. See if I missed something. Okay, leave the CAD. I just threw it out there. Okay. Look a little bit NAS. I'll just write that down. Let me just check a couple of things. NAS. What would be your ideal? I've told you that makes sense. Okay. You see, another thing. Sorry, Brady. I'm going to come back to that for everyone as well. If you try and make a large amount for a small sum, you've got to take extreme risks, extreme, highly overexposure, and now you're dependent on it for a living under that kind of stress and pressure. It's not going to happen for you. Under that kind of pressure, that's when you make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So you need to have the capital. If you have a bit of a bad time, you're okay. If you aim with small capital, enormous, those extreme risks are going to come back and bite. So you've got it again. This is something for nothing how to overcome. I want to go full time. We've got 30 grand. You can do full time as long as your expenditures are about £1 a month or something. And even that's a lot. In fact, that's too much. What's 30 grand? That's 15 grand. Yes, about £1 a month. Okay. And that's when you know what you're doing, not at the beginning. You won't do it. You've got to do your school fees. Ask Mark, hey, start with 5 when I put in a trade. How can I work out? When you put in a trade £5 around, I'm going to be honest with you, Hannes. Can I just talk straight for a place? That is pitifully tiny. This is an international. I'm going to have to be straight. I don't get myself in trouble here. It doesn't. I'm straight. It's an international $1 trillion international $1 trillion market. Okay, worldwide, they do trillions of dollars contract value a day, not rands, dollars. And you're approaching there with $30 US. The limitations of being so undercapitalized. If you're frightened, you haven't got any more. You could only go 0.01. I don't care what your leverage is. If you have a higher leverage, you'd understand it. You're going to be overexposed. You can get margin call. You can only go 1 trade at a time, 0.01. Simple as that. If you get 3 trades, you've got to pick one. You might pick the wrong one. If you go bigger, you might get lucky. You might get knocked out. It's as simple as that. Once you drop below 500, if your first trade's a loser, remember you get loss as well as wins. This is speculative. Then you're below 500. You only get evening signals. If you're so undercapitalized that you can't afford to do more, just remember, like anything else, you're open. Look in the paper. Not paper. I'm going out of date now. Go to look at business on Google or something. You won't see many businesses that are real, decent, proper businesses for 500 rand. You could buy my franchise for 500 rand. What's the value of that franchise? Again, you're trying to do something for nothing. If you can't do any more, start 0.001 and then top your account as you go along. But trying to put in the minimum to get the maximum is against the laws of economic physics. And that is a fear factor, not the racket coming in. What is my minimum? It's always what I put in the minimum. Oh, you want to make the minimum do? Oh, no, I want to make the maximum. So you want to put in the minimum to make the maximum. You get my point. Anyway, Mark's put that on there. This is a wonderful thing to be. It's changed my life. I came to Lex in the Merchant Navy. It's changed my life. Wonderful, but you've got to go with the head, with a commonsensical head on your shoulders. And this is really, it's becoming a problem for the guy, not me, for you guys. We're trying to have no knowledge, no idea, no nothing, no money, no nouns, and wanting to start driving a Ferrari. They're watching too much Instagram. That's dribble. Oh, it's a CETA registered course, Mark. But the trouble is, the only problem with the course you have, I'll tell you guys, you've got to read it. You know, that's the only problem. The only problem studying for medical degrees, you've actually got to go there and do your studies. Boring, I know. You've got to do it. Okay. People get upset. I tell them stuff they don't want to hear, but I'd rather be upfront and have some integrity and say as it is. Thanks, Pete. Oh, well, Pete, thank you, Pete. Glad you put your say in there. Pete hasn't been doing that long. All right, I haven't met him, but I mean, I clearly know he's quite a bright lad. He doesn't have to be brilliantly bright, you know, lucky him. But the point I'm trying to make is he hasn't been doing that long, and he comes out with stuff that is more knowledgeable than guys who've been reading through all stuff and fapping around and well read after about 6 months. You know what I mean? So once you got the basics, pick it up, and somebody mightn't agree, and then it's a forum. You put your idea in there, like Seth comes in. I think that's a long, not a short. Fair enough. We discuss. Okay, Anna-Marie, enjoy your weekend. And your birthday weekend, I like it, yeah. Again, don't get a degree in bloody cybernetics or astrophysics or anything. Get your degree in common sense and think. If it's something for nothing, your radar should be going off. And somehow, it always seems to cost you something, doesn't it? I've got this fabulous product, something for nothing. Oh, if it's so fabulous, why is it not for free? Why am I selling it to you? Obviously, you know, there must be a catch there. I've got this fantastic robot, will make you a fortune. It's only cost you X a month, but it's so bloody great. Why are you charging me? Why are you telling me about it? Just enjoy it and go on holiday your yacht. You get the point. Think. Nobody's going to do you the big favor unless there's something in return. Nothing. Just ask what's in it for the other person. If there's nothing in it for the other person, I'd be a little bit questioning. Right, okay, CFJPY, I see there's a buy. It's come down a bit of support here. I have to say I do like it. Going back to that, we can get us just below the 10 little loop there, 75 pips away. Where's that? So, yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Anybody like, let's just look at the 4-hour. Yeah, it's holding on the 4-hour and a few buyers are coming in. I quite like this. If you've got 20 trades out, you got, oh, there's another point, guys, please, as Mark says, don't have too many out. If you haven't, leave it, you know. And please, for goodness sake, make sure you got free margin. You've got 5 brilliant trades out. You've only got 20 around free margin. The market goes up and down. The noise will knock you out for a margin call, and they'll always, it's programmed to take out your biggest position. But that might be the one that you don't want taken out. So make sure when you enter, you keep free margin. If you haven't, don't take the trade, or if you've got money, add to your account. Okay. Happy with that as well, exactly. You know? Now, it hasn't been doing that long either. Don't tell me they've 10 years to spoil my day yet. Stick with me on this one now. I'm doing that long, and he's picking it out. See what I mean? Picking it out immediately. In fact, some of these trades are his, but not to tell you that. Yeah, shouldn't tell you that. Yeah, right. So I like this. Keep interacting here, right? Because that must something pretty good. And just one, when I'm doing this, Carol, it's one thing. If it's sent out one of your trade ideas and I agree with that, obviously I've got to agree with it first. It's no more your responsibility, it's mine. And no, it's not even mine then. It's an idea. It's the person placing the trade responsibility. If they place the trade, it's their responsibility. Not yours, not mine. We're giving you the advice, the ideas, it's your responsibility. I'm suggesting you buy a Merc, not a BM. And then you buy a Merc and you buy the wrong one, it breaks down. It's your decision to buy the Merc. Or vice versa. I'm not knocking BM, nothing wrong with it. Okay. I want to put it up here. Give me around 142. If it gets to 96 again, I want to do it shortly. Theory. So if you've got enough free margin, you're not overdosed with too many trades. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. That ain't going to work, is it? I don't want to put the TP any wider. It could go higher if something happens, but that's too tight. A little bit wider. A little bit tighter than that. Yeah, sorry. Ah, Claudio. Anybody out there, neurosurgeon? That'll help. Okay, that'll do. $75 a micro, nicely affordable. Since I'm building up capital and knowledge that I can only use micro a lot, that's way, at least not a micro is some guy trying to know what that means. It's scary. Hey, that way when I trade goes bust, my account doesn't get wiped out. 100%. Read what it's got to say here. Thank you. About being too cute. Yeah. I learned this now way when I count my first one. Everyone wants to run before the world. Everyone wants to make a quick buck. It's normal. I don't want to spend 5 years studying law or medicine or engineering. No, unfortunately, no way around it. It's not a rookie mistake. I have to say it. Mine, yours, everybody's a mistake. Everybody does it. I've done it myself. I bet you ask anybody in training a year who hasn't done that, Keonis. So I'm afraid to say in good hands there. Oh, we haven't done the NAS, sorry. Yeah, we'll do the NAS in a moment. Thank you. Sorry about that, Ryan. Anybody want to buy this one? It's going up as we speak, actually. Might have missed it, man. Yeah, starting to miss it. You have to be quick on it if you want it. If you do, grab it and put your stop and TP in afterwards. As long as you got the volumes correct. Okay, let's put it down to the trading. Bugger it. I think just might have missed this one. You have to put a slightly wider stop then. So if you go in now, a slightly wider stop. If you go already in, leave it. Slightly wider stop. Sorry, tighter stop one way around. Yeah, slightly. So stick with that stop then. 140, 145, 142. I don't want to widen the TP anymore. If it does go better, all the good. So I took some time in explanation because it's got to be understood what I've just been saying. Because I would say 75% of the problem with you guys coming in, they want to run before they can even crawl. Okay, and expectations without the equipment to even get anywhere near fulfilling those expectations. The dream without reality, they say. Okay, so if you got that, there we are. Okay, thanks, Howard. Okay, well, that's a good idea. Now, before you go, guys, next time, don't buy the course, come in and buy my trading and give the money to me. What about that for an idea? Just joking. Okay, you got that. We can move on. Okay, the NAS, before Ryan gets upset with me because I've forgotten it, I do beg your pardon. I see a short on that. Look, what's it telling me? It's in the buy area. Why don't we go short? Economic big debt out there. They've got the PC, personal consumption expenditure coming out at 3:30, which could affect it either way. Just bear that in mind. Number two, it's extremely volatile. You guys, this is not for you. NASDAQ is the sexy one, so is the Ferrari, so is the Formula One motor car. But those guys driving have a bit of experience. They don't drive a Ferrari or Formula One motor car straight after passing the driving test. You get the idea. And you need at least 5K in your account. Anything below that, you're going to be overexposed. 5K, that's for 0.01, because the stop's got to be at least 200 pips. That's 350 odd grand, puts the 5 grand account risk. If you've got less than that, don't do it. Number two, if you've never traded before and you've got 5 grand or more, stop. This is very volatile. Half-past stop for opening, it can jump around 150 pips in 5 minutes. Basic, understand that. So even if it's a buy zone, depending on the fundamentals, it might go sideways. But I personally, it's my opinion, think 12 grand, 12,000 is going to hold. Okay, look at the downtrend we've had. Popped its head up. It might go up a little bit, I don't know, but I think there could be some sort of pullback there. So I would not be touching it now. We're going into Friday. We've got the 3:30 funding coming up. So I wouldn't be going in now. But if you force me, I would say I'm leaning to the downside, but I wouldn't go in now. I would either wait till the fund is released and have a look, maybe wait till 4:30 opening of the spot traders, not the futures, this is the futures, and know what that means, spot futures, Google if you don't know what I'm talking about. and then it should be in your course. I don't know, somewhere there. Google's probably quicker. Yeah, and see if that will feel it. It starts dropping down. I think you take it down to 11.5, and it probably bounce on there. The next down, if it breaks 11.5, maybe 11, etc. I still see overall this is a shortish, not short, but shortish term rally in an overall bear market, and it's backed up by a lot of problems out there. It's looking a little bit better in the United States, I have to say, but it's still not out of the economic problems we've got at the moment worldwide. Okay. Well, that's fine, Ryan. If you're on 12 grand in your live account, I don't know your name. It's going to put my number in. I'll try and upload you. Just WhatsApp your details to me. Just a second, I'll write it down for you. Don't phone, just WhatsApp me, okay? If you're already on, I can't remember the name, Ryan. Well, that's not a problem. But yeah, 12 grand, not a problem. It just worries me the guys going in massive positions to highly leverage on small amounts of money. And I ask them, what does margin leverage mean? And or even what a spread is. Look at me blankly. Would you drive a car without knowing what the brake is? Very dangerous. Well, yes and no. 5K is, you can't say 5, well, you can, you're right, but I'm saying 5K is a bit mean to your position size. If you go in 2 standard lots easily, if you go 0.01, highly unlikely, you know, it depends on your position size. Remember, it's $10 per pip movement on standard lot. So if that comes off 100, you can easily do that in a couple of minutes of opening. What's 100 times 10? That's $1,000. Yeah, that's $1,000, which is 16,000 rand. I've got guys that out stop losses sitting in the NAS at the moment and not doing themselves any favors. Hey, Mark, the PAM account did that. Hey, this guy's sitting no stops and buys the NAS, went into problems and coming off, and it's holding, bought it up here somewhere, I don't know, and just coming off and off and off, and in the end, the white all accounts. Highly responsible. Do what you like your own account, somebody else's benefit, highly responsible. Yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted. If you like the Hang Seng, it's up to you. Not many people trade it, so unless particular requests, I don't mention it. Nikkei and Hang Seng, I'll be up front, I've never traded. Obviously, I do, I wouldn't be ever did it. I'm just saying personally, I've never traded. I never even traded the IBEX, which is the Spanish one. Okay, Koenig, as always, great to have you. You're my star guy. You've done very shows what can be done with a bit of effort. Well done. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with the PAM accounts. It's just irresponsible trading. Simple as that. I'm not saying it's tough or not, but no correct position sizes, no stop loss, no, just let down. That's ridiculous. I just said, Mark, it's a bit like your gold position. That's not how to do it. Sorry, just teasing, my friend. CPI's got some experience. Don't forget, next week is the jobs report. We can get close to time. We can look at a straddle trade, buy stock, sell stock trade on it, and maybe make something on that. You should know a bit about it, Ryan. Stick with us at the trading room. We'll show when it gets nearer next Friday. Maybe we should go through it on Thursday if you remind me. Okay, where were we? Okay, the NAS. Okay. That answers your question. You happy, Ryan? Any more details on the NAS you require? Anything else you want me to answer before or anybody else? Not just Ryan, anybody else. But please, guys, nice thing of answering or not, don't touch the NASDAQ below 5 grand or it's your first time trading. Rather go something a little less volatile. Walk before you run, as they say. Cheers, Henny. See you, Tomby. Hope you gained value. Because I received a WhatsApp. No, I didn't send to the office. Said the trading was complete rubbish, and now Roger's trading was complete rubbish. So I hope anyone's anything not happy with, please. Yeah, I know. So please say so. We'll try and rectify it. don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, you get quite a few people coming. One guy is not going to change the whole system around. But yeah, didn't send to me, by the way. It sent to the office. They just reported it back. Don't know who the person was. I didn't ask. But I'm saying is, if you're not happy with something, mention something. We'll try and rectify it. But I don't know the person. I'm guessing here, Mark, for sure. I'm guessing here. It's probably someone without the course, came in and expected some free training, wasn't getting it. I've had that a couple of times. This is not a training room. If you want to get the knowledge, you've got to get the course. And Mark's the guy. He's got his link there. He'll help you out. Guys are not paying grand a month for you guys to get it free. If you're not certainly fair. Where is it? I must have taken it off. Why did I take it off? Beg your pardon. As I mentioned, not exactly, but most of them follow the Americans. So it's not on there anymore, by the way. It is. It's moving. Let's do the specs. It might be closed only. Always look at the right click. Look at the specs. Don't forget. Disabled. Don't know. But I haven't been told why. I haven't been trained at Essex. I haven't looked at it. I'll try and ask tomorrow, not Monday morning or whatever. It's disabled. So answer that one. Yeah, the report back, I didn't see it. It was sent to me to the office, Pietro, and it was just reported back to me that it was more than so many words, like I said there. Get a lot of it, the trade goes bad as well. I get a lot of hate mail when the trade goes bad. So that's disabled. I'll answer that one. And some of you aren't going to get 2 or 3 on the trot. You get 2 or 3 winners. But Mark just said that one was a negative, 4 hit TP. Not you don't get hit TP. You're going to get 3 or 4, sometimes 5. Not very often, but you might. And you just started, you don't know. The signals are rubbish. The problem is the signals aren't advice. It's not to say you must and mustn't do it. You need to have a look at it. And like Zeph did, he looked at EuroCAD. He wasn't very happy with it, so he probably didn't do it. That's the choice. Remember, as I said before, I think you guys know by now, I don't know whether the AUD CHF is going to go to 66 or 64. We're taking a view on it. And if I knew that, there wouldn't be a market. Because someone's got to have a counterparty. Someone's got to say, I'm wrong, and buy or sell it. When I want to buy, someone thinks I'm wrong. That's why they're selling it to me, or vice versa. But always remember that. Catch disabled as well. Okay. Okay, fair enough, Ryan. I think. Yeah, money comes in. People do get a very hate mail, all sorts comes in. Yeah. Money and politics usually get emotions flying, and religion flying. Rationality goes out the window. And often you can't talk to them, not listening. One guy had 400 rand, he had 3 micros in the NAS, for God's sake. And he was not any margin call. It opened up at 4:30 down below his margin call, below his amount. He had a stop loss in, to be fair, but he lost about 5 grand getting there. That's impossible. And below that, and he actually owned up the company 200 rand. Because you know what I mean? Because it was incredibly overexposed with peanuts in his account. Tried to explain, wouldn't listen. It's amazing the people who know the most seem to know the least, eh? Yeah, that is it. Pounds a sheep, by the way. It's about all I know. But it just shows. But I know that we do get a lot of, we get some really nasty stuff if the trade goes wrong. Sometimes we get it when it goes right, but we get far more when it goes wrong. Actually, that's what my wife said to me, Marius, when I was going to go astray the other day. She said, I can't please all of us. So I took notes of that and stuck with her. And that's just me being stupid. Just being kidding. But yeah, you can't please everyone. Impossible. Okay, ADCHF, anything happening there? 47 flat. 2 pips and profits flat. CHF JPY, anything happening there? It's up, a few pips up. That's okay. A few pips in the right direction. The ones that were sent out, AUD CHF, just a quick review of that before we go any further. It's about the same, I think. AUD, where's that? AUD CHF. Sells it, yeah. It's a couple of pips in profit, but not much, a bit quiet. Might be quiet going to the weekend. This is profit. EUR CAD. Let's have a look at that one. EUR CAD 1.400. That's about 14 pips in profit. Don't move your stock far too close, but 14 pips is it's nice. Okay, let's see a bit clear on that. Yeah, it's nice. At least it seems to be trying. That's okay. What's the other one? Euro NZD. What do you get on that one? 67.60. About the same in profit, about 14.15 in profit. That's okay. So at least that's going all right. NGAS. I'm confused with that. It's the NGAS. NGAS, couple of cents up. Don't worry about it. I'll leave that alone this year. I'm really dead keen. S&P, only a few guys took that, I know, in the trading room. A little bits of negative, not much. GBP NZD. Is anything happening there? So that still seems to be doing okay. Remember, we got it 91.20. So that's what 55 in profit at the moment. It's moving around a bit. At least it's in profit. I assume all those who take it are protected by modifying the stop loss. As been mentioned many times, so you should be okay there, whatever happens. And see if you can get some more out of it. Okay. I got a guy, I actually only saw it this morning, WhatsApped me last night. I'd already gone to sleep by then, saying, shall I get out of it? Start to go against him in the trade, it popped up. And I was going to reply to him this morning, but he's back in profit again, so I didn't bother. Obviously, he's happy again. But yeah, it seems to be okay. You're protected now, so why close it? You know, you're protected. So let's see if you can squeeze a TP out. What's a TP? Wrong. And 89.49. So we still got over 100 pips to go. We might get that. You might get some noise at 1.9. It's a strong round figure. 1.9 can't hold. You still made a massive profit. You might take it. It's up to you. But try and start, you know, running the gravy trade, the blue trade. Yeah, run the blue trade, not the red trade. We're all holding on and running the red train. Try and maximize the blue trade. It's quite a common fear mistake we make. Okay. Thanks, Antonio. Yeah, so we run through the trades. Just want to go and look at gold. We're not getting the entry there. I want to get 1920 or preferably a little bit below. Not happening. Plus, I'm a little bit wary of 3:30. Just bear that in mind. We've all got the, because you mentioned you had the economic calendar link, and you've all got the DXY link. If you want the yields link and you haven't got it, I'll post it for you. It takes 2 seconds. Tell me. Okay, I think we got through a reasonable amount in the last hour or so. I've got trades out. They seem to be doing okay, which is number one good news. And a bit of support from you guys. Thank you very much. I think the majority of this are complete masochists coming in quite regularly. So you must be getting something out of it. Otherwise, why would you do that? Unless you're a masochist, you know what I mean? So I think the majority seem to be getting something out of it. I'm too old and ugly to change much now. I can tweak it, but I'm what I am. A bit loud. I'm a bit sort of straight, but some people find that a bit much. But that's where I am. But I mean well. And I think I've got integrity. I try to have it. And I try to be upfront. Sometimes in trouble because it's not where you want to hear. But I try. But yeah, I'm just got enough out anyway, so it should be fine. So yeah, some new guys, Sylvain and that, if you're still here, have you got, you know how to get specifications to get the contract size, you know the margins, you know what the spread is, you know, you've got your charts like that, or how you set up, or you know, you've got the basic stuff I can spend a couple of minutes on. Won't take long if you haven't got it, but you need to put your hand up and ask. If you're too nervous to ask, you might be too nervous to go for this kind of setup anyway. You've got to have self-confidence to some degree in life, you know. So, any questions of newer guys or anybody? Marius and Mark, anybody want to discuss a trade they're in or about to go in, or why the hell we set a buy on that and it should have been this? and it went against me. Why is that? Now come up with a reason for it. You just send it out. Anything like that. We're hopefully on the same, same page on that. Any questions? Are you happy with the trades? Any comments? Not just negatives, comments, anything positives, anything. Are you good, Sylvain? Shifra? Sibilisi? Par, like that, par.
Yes,
Like
good, so.
You're good. Did you feel you benefit from here? I know it's still a bit to learn, but you see, did you get a bit of clarity?
Yes, I do catch up some statistics, but I will work on it and then work so hard so I can improve.
Okay, fantastic. I don't know what you do for a living, but the same principle. If you've got a job, I presume you've got some skill to get paid that money. Same sort of principle. Pete, on the same page there. Big believer in that. Oh, this is going to take off. Then go the opposite way. Okay, AUD sell. Well, we got one out on that, so I'll come and support you on that. Euro NZD as a buy. Yeah, okay, that's one I'll support out there. Euro CAD's a buy, support that. NUR, I'm a little bit wary of the dollar, a little bit at the moment, but I see weakness, so I'll support you on that. Euro dollars a buy, NZD CAD. NZD CAD. Rings a bell, I think. NZD CAD. Not sure we have actually. NZD CAD. Yeah, so the buy zone, no problem there with the 200. Yeah, definitely the buy zone. Come back to support, no problem with that. That's looking okay. Which means we got something in there. Really not, okay. But yeah, no problem there. So I agree with them. Whether they come right or not, I don't know. I agree with the buys and the dollar ones you got there. I'm just a bit wary of the dollar because some could have to 3:30, but at the stage there, the dollar is perceiving sort of overall viewpoint slightly weak, so that's fine. I do, but I don't want to enter it now. There's a good chance it might, the PC bring it back below 1920. There's support at 1920, but it could bring it back to 1900s, worrying me a bit for a re-entry. Something like a re-entry Houston. Yeah, so, but I won't be entering it now. But the last two, I think, hit TP. Well, not hit TP. So in theory, it should be out. But I won't be chasing it now. I'll wait for that to come out. If it drops below 1920 and holds, I think you get a below 1900, you get a risk reward, maybe an 1895 stop, 1950 TP. Don't be sure I'll be buying it, but it could come off if we get a PCE that's better than expected. And that, start talking about reducing interest rate increases. Like yesterday, it was only 0.25% increase in South Africa, instead of half, which was expected. So yeah. But I still see upside in gold, yeah, but just wait for, like I've just given the parameter, okay. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. Got enough to keep you on your toes. Don't ever do it now. That's perfect. Thank you. Okay, any other questions, guys? Okay, there's only about a dozen left, so I've got a few minutes to go. I'm quite happy to go with anybody there who wants a little bit of clarification on something. I'm more than happy. It won't take long to explain something. I'm sure some guys there are thinking, what was he talking about there? Can you just refresh? or why did he say a buy instead of a sell or something? Pleasure. Because I have reasons for doing it. And, you know, so at least you know there's a reason. Even if it goes wrong, there's a reason. Nothing at all? Okay, if you're all happy, should we catch you on Monday? Remember, there's no afternoon session today. Friday there isn't. So you're on your own now, guys. You picked some stuff up to keep an eye on. Yeah, see you Monday morning. Good? Okay.
Thank you. Have a nice day. See you Monday.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Brilliant. Thanks for your interaction.
Roger.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, man. I just want to ask you something. On the chart,
Yeah.
is there an option where you can add the time so that you can actually exactly see where the candlestick is basically on that specific time?
No, this is the time. No, this is the time when it moves. You see on here, I shared it again. You should be able to see this. I've got bid ask, that's the buy sell, that's the spread, and it's the movement percentage daily on the exposure. Okay, that's the time when it last moves. Often, just sort of go off that. Sometimes you won't see that move. It's either closed because that's a share, or you've got a problem. You know, it's something sticks. So if you say, hang on, the Nasdaq's open and that is stuck, I know that's very volatile indeed. So if that said last move at 10:45 or something, I would know that Nasdaq is stuck. It won't take 8 minutes to move at all. It's not going to happen. But this hasn't moved. They're shares, and they'll know up as 4. As regards the time, if you want to go to the time, rather go to an hourly, and you can see immediately that's within the hour. If you want to know between that, you go to 5 minutes. So you can see that's now.
What your mouse pointer is doing now. How do I get that on my, because I'm quite new to MT5. So while you are moving the bars, the lines are also moving. How do I get that?
You mean this
How do I tick it there on top, on the left-hand top?
This here? You mean this thing here, the prices?
Yeah. No. What you are doing with your mouse, the lines that as you move, the lines move as well. You see?
You mean, yeah, sure. That's the crosshair. You go.
Is that the crosshair there, left top?
Crosshair. You see, that's the crosshair.
I see it now. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. But if you've got a mouse, the quicker way of doing it is this. You know, they got that scrolling button in the middle. Can you see there?
Yes. Yeah.
Button on the middle. You just tap it. They got rid of it, and I tap it. They get rid of it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, that's cool.
Well, you left click to get rid of it, and that little scrolling effort in the middle, just tap it. It comes up. Save you going over there.
Okay. Awesome.
And then you can see the time. So if I'm on the 1 hour chart, and I'll look at this time here, I can immediately see that's the 3 o'clock candle on the 26th of January. Get the idea.
Okay.
Happy. Good.
Thank you, Roger.
Just in case everyone hasn't got it, go to view. You see it says toolbars there at the top. Make sure they're all ticked. So you have them handy up there. You can see that. It's all handy there. All the times, all this handy. So tick all 3 of them. Okay, fantastic. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Good. And again, as Mark says, all on the portal as well. So I'm not there or something else going on. We've got 10 trade we're busy with. I'll try and answer it if I can. It doesn't take long, clarification. If you're on your own, there's no trading with them. It's closed for that particular time. There's videos and everything. You're paying £1 a month, use it. You'd be surprised, Mark. Maybe you're not surprised, but I was surprised when I found out how few people even open the first page of it, but they want to start trading. I've had on live chat. I don't understand all this. Can you teach me? I want to be a stockbroker. You know, I mean, as you said in that little WhatsApp said, you do need patience sometimes. Can't bother read all this, but can you someone make me an IT expert on the live chat? Yeah. I'll bet, I'd like to see the blue as well. Lovely. Okay, guys, catch you.